Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Gary's Mod. And today, the map we're going to be exploring is actually not one map, but three. That's Insomnia, Paranoia, and Hypnophobia. A set of maps which actually come in a trilogy, and despite their dreamlike and abstract nature, do apparently have a story. You guys have been suggesting this for a while. It's actually been on my list for a really long time, and on the list of that one brave person who has been suggesting it for nearly 100 days at the time of this recording. Thank you, just thought I'd acknowledge you. But let's take a step forward and see what this is about. I'm just going to assume then that I am expected and allowed to have the Magnum out. Well, are we supposed to talk to you at all? Well, I guess that makes you the ticket taker then. And indeed behind us, it seems as if we've arrived here on a train moving through the void. Oddly enough, a concept which has always appealed to me. I mean, just imagine getting a couple of buddies in a lamplit cabin, just sitting there watching the nothing pass by outside. Train trips are so cozy, and dream train trips can only be cozier. And now, do we want to get too close to these flashing electric pedestals? What happens if we try to jump on top? Despite the arcing electricity, they seem to be quite safe. Well, let's see what's beyond the door and start this dream. You know, I'm really in the mood lately for some dream-inspired maps. Not sure if this is dream-inspired, but certainly meant to be dream-like. Because ever since the October rush ended, where I was putting out like a crazy amount of content, I find I am sleeping like a rock, and my dreams have just been so unbelievably vivid. It's wide and rusted, but surprisingly bright, with a lot of what looks to be daylight coming in through these ventilation shafts. Door 00 bricked away. And even though the way ahead is clear, somehow the departure from the side, the unintended path, is much more tempting, I should say. Can't get through here, and 2 is bricked as well. There is a door over there, and a portrait beside it, almost like we're looking at like the memory of a family home, but only this piece can be recalled. Let's just see what's over here before we move on. A crossbow and a whole bunch of bolts. Okay, so I'll assume that we're meant to be allowed to have that as well. Oh, there's a loud noise echoing up from the shaft. And daylight from below. This makes me think that this is more of an if-only thing. We're forced to go the way of the house, but here is where we're really supposed to be. Wait, can I actually get... Ooh, I can actually get up to here. What happens if we do make the dive? Worst case, I respawn. Huh. So we can come through here. That is so cool. Howdy there, welcoming committee. I am just gonna scooch on past you, okay? Come on now. Okay, this gun is now available to us. Horror Baby! Oh, Horror Baby, I know you own multiple homes. I just visited your Texas Chainsaw house in the Halloween video. Maybe you're just hanging out with your friends. Maybe you told them to expect me. That's why I wasn't destroyed on sight. Oh, well, that did something. That's weird. I mean, we went off the obvious trail to climb down into this white light. Normally that's a good thing, but here I almost feel like, I don't know, like I've been caught. Like I wasn't supposed to do that. Like I cut corners and now I'm paying the price. Oh wow, that's not just soil sprouting down from the roof, that's actually water. But once more, this place is dreamlike, and I'm intuiting like intention from the most random of things. But it's not dark. It's actually exceptionally well lit, which is really interesting. We're making choices just all over. The electrical portal here, and red, green, and blue lights here. And a twisting, curving, colored hallway populated by even more of these empty chairs. These remind me of the kind of dreams I would have as like a toddler, in all these brightly colored, cramped, misshapen tunnels. Probably inspired by those play areas at like McDonald's or something. Or maybe seeing Beetlejuice entirely too young. A grate. But I can't... Here we go. No, we can't seem to get through. What about a crowbar? Okay, there we go. I probably just needed one more hit. Yeah, this is some kind of, like, infrastructure? We can turn it off. But is that what we want to do? What did that do? There's a building noise! And it starts up again just as before. You ever had those moments in a dream where you feel like you screwed something up, and even though you have no reason to know what they would be, you feel like consequences are imminent? Maybe this door will open? I didn't even check. Let's try again. No, nothing, but perhaps we can jump through? There we are. But even more beyond... Oh my god! Okay, you startled me. What do I have? 4 bullets left in this thing? Toxic waste all over. Alright. Nope! Reload, please. Reloading is done automatically. Hi. Okay, so there is actually going to be some degree of combat. Nope. There we are. Aiming is actually almost easier for me in VR than it is in flat screen. Yeah, by the way, I'm not sure how much scripting or text there would be on these maps. The thing is, I would prefer to do these in VR because it's so much more immersive. But usually if something is like a horror map, I'll just go straight to Officer Flat Screen because I know there will be so much scripting. Horror baby, you've got property all over. But that's so weird. It sounds like chirping insects or something rather than actual electricity. Or any kind of electrical hum, I mean. And once again, we've got a choice between doors. Oh, I see. This is where that beam comes through. Presumably the opposite end of those red, green, blue portals. Or I thought they were portals. It's all powered by this, or at least refracted in this sort of diamond or prism to create those 3 areas, but the red is sealed off. But this just circles back around to this. And we can get this, meaning we are now allowed to use this. I'm kind of trying to play by the honor system here. Well, this obviously makes this the more tempting target, but what happens if we were to walk into them? Straight back out to here. Sorry, I thought I had the mod enabled that makes these fully 3D, these weapons. Let's just test. If we go through the blue one again... Okay, it will always take us to the same spot. Now green? Huh? Oh, where are we? We haven't seen this yet at all. Oh, it's like a lab. This is probably our intended stop, although it seems as though this wall was blown outward. And reality started doing some topsy-turvy things to go along with it. Can't open this. But... Oh, but we can observe out through this doorway. Wow, that is so disorienting. Seeing this like a window. It's like my brain is trying to rotate this in my head and I just can't do it. Whoa. That was such a cool image. Can we crawl through here? Come on. Are we able to? No, yep, sort of. Here we are. Well, maybe if we wait for the next one, we can hitch a ride, right? I mean, at this angle, it's basically an elevator. Here you come. Oh, that is such a crazy sight. What is that? What was that? We've got a train to catch. Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool, and I love how intuitive everything just feels. Like, it's weird, but we already just know what to do. Jump off here. Any reason to do that? No, not that I can see. Yep. And swallowed by the... void? Oh no, we've got to make our way to there. Pretend that we had gotten off, say, right about here. And grab this. And right on through. I get the distinct impression that something is supposed to be housed in these boxes. Okay, well, there's our gravity gun. Huh, if I pick it up physically, it actually does get picked up. Bang, bang, bang. And we'll get out the pistol for now. We're moving into darker territory now. Why is there like a weird train-based morality here? Where things get worse, seemingly, the farther I get from trains. Nope. Okay, hang on. Our allies are down. Die. And die. And die, come on. Switch to this thing. Die, you all. Oh, they just don't stop coming. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, reload by expending the rest of what's in my thing. Alright, come on guys, we got this. Oh no! You guys are firing them too. Go for headshots. Thanks! Oh wow, you maybe need some medical attention, buddy? Oh, look, I can't even move. I'm being blocked in by these guys. And the corpses on the ground. Hang on, let's clip out a little bit. Oh, look at this.
Take some ammo. Here, ammo.
Attention, residents. This block contains potential civil infection. Inform. Cooperate. Assemble. Citizen notice. Failure
Because we succeeded here, it's like we almost get to be rewarded with the feeling of being around friends in the broad daylight. But here we are able to pick up our new best friend, the shotgun. Ooh, wow, this thing looks huge in my hands like this. Yep, thank you for the ammo. Huh, are those the skulls of your enemies? You're gonna need some more shelves after this.
Freeman, ammo!
Yeah, I do wonder if this isn't, like, supposed to take place in the Half-Life universe. You guys are getting me stuck a lot.
Resume your inspection position.
But we can heal up right here. Thank you. Oh. Huh. Am I not taking damage for some reason? Yes, I have enough ammo, thanks. If I stand here, will something happen? Well, tell you what, maybe if we follow you... Yeah, these bodies aren't even stopping me. It is all my so-called friends. Maybe if we follow this all the way back, we can see what it is we were meant to do here. Oh no, it just goes all the way back to a battery. Alright, well then what about down this way? Oh, I see. We need batteries in all of these slots as well. Oh, which means we'll probably have to take them from elsewhere, right? Let's start with you. Yep. And just plop you there. That's one. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to sabotage your weird elevator teleporter thing. Wait, maybe I can use the grav gun? Yes, okay. Alright, that would make sense. I am so lucky that Matthew figured out just like pretty recently how to use this thing. There we go. I mean, I literally have been playing GMOD VR for a couple of years now, and I had no idea for the longest time how you use the secondary feature. Yoink! Good little gremlins following me about. Maybe if there's combat in the next world, they can help me. But if not, I don't really care, because I'm a one-man army and I can handle myself. Look at that. Fast-moving trains just barreling down tunnels. Road tunnels, too. It's like every anxiety about crossing the street. They come in so fast right out of the darkness where they shouldn't be. And not for nothing, but that red, blue, green is over the road as well. Come on. Of course, it's fairly difficult to aim without sights. Why are these colored things appearing over here as well? Oh, there's just like colors being dispensed by that fountain or something. Hang on, the DPI on my hands is making it hard to adjust to shoot you. If we could just... There we are. The way you reload in this game is by shooting the ground repeatedly. But is there someone still up there? Die. Oh, come on. Die, please. Stop turning my hand. Die. And die, come on. There we are. Is there anybody else? You there. Maybe difficult to aim without sights, but it can be satisfying. Oh, we are not in great shape. How are the gremlins doing? They'll walk it off. Meantime, we have got more dream to explore. Look. Oh, it's like the slime guys are at Nick's studio. May it rest in peace. But yeah, it's like some kind of nice old mountain resort hotel or something. All that combat and somehow we end up here. But you're not gonna let me in the front doors, are you? That's the thing about dreams. Look, light emanating from inside. There's been kind of a consistent theme that we always want to move towards the light. But it's just not letting us. Much like a dream, always keeping the object of our desire just out of reach. I'm starting to think I'm immortal for some reason, but for now I'm just going with it. Oh my god, that is actually... So not only am I discovering something right now that it's bad looking down, but that it's even worse to look at the floor ahead of us, knowing what's beneath it, and be able to see in 3 dimensions just how thin this floor is. Okay, well, it wouldn't be any fun if I didn't look down, would it? Oh, somehow this angle... Oh my... Don't do that! Oh, I hate you for doing that. I hate you for doing that. Oh, this is so much worse in VR. More trees growing from above. Once is scenery, twice is a theme. Are we ready to follow the white rabbit? What happens if we are willing to get ourselves dirty? We simply cannot. It's more solid than one would think. And down here, who knows? Alright, let's go see what this is about. Oh, not that we'll be able to make our way inside anyway. Yep, this is as far as we get. Well, with the safety Glock now at the ready, I'm just assuming that the creator wouldn't mind. Let's head into what is the most overtly creepy thing yet. I do wonder what other paths I might have missed. For the first time, we're in what seems to be just like a normal sitting room. And yet the skies outside are getting darker. More like a cozy evening. A fire burning in the hall. Doors sealed off. And a car just running in the darkness. Yeah, this is certainly going more in the direction of a nightmare. Yep. Safety Glock. Oh, maybe we should load the safety Glock first. Hang on. Yep. There we go. This is why we bring the VR-specific guns. Yep. I had forgotten why I love this thing so much. So rarely does it actually have a chance to defend me. But when it does, it's always memorable. More of those cubes, like the ones we saw on the wall back by the Resistance. Alright, hang on. Let's see what else is around. Oh, there's so much. You know, going by the title, Insomnia, this makes me think of those sleepless nights I had as a teenager, when staying up late still felt like such an adventure. But mostly I was just sitting there in the glow of the TV watching all the trash they put on at 4 in the morning. And once I became nocturnal like that, all the nights just started to kind of blend together. Especially during the summer, I'd have no idea what day it was, sometimes not what month it was. And for a while I found I couldn't sleep anymore even if I wanted to. Nope. Well, that's one of the worst sounds I've ever heard. And there's that thing, once again. It's like it's trying to show me the path. And coming out onto here simply reveals More death and doom beyond. A bloodied door and a burning, spike-filled cave-in of a hallway. Alright, well look, let's drop that mag out and go see what that little sprite wants to show us, huh? Oh wait, I might have just figured out an exploit. If I brace myself against the wall, it's like the stairs are clipped. Let's go down to the light, shall we? Since we're apparently getting company from upstairs. Yes. I would bet that this is meant to be filtered through that cube thing. Hang on. Oh, you can shoot me through there? That's lame. There we go. I feel like John Wick. Well, it seems like I came out a little worse for wear as well. Hey, it's the melons from Liminal Gallery and Melonade. Maybe we'll save this for later. Let's wait until we've seen all there is to see. Look. The stairwell, like the windows are bricked. Those loud noises, but alluring lights from below. Enemies coming down from above. Good way to make a person feel trapped. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this whole area. Trapped. Cave-ins, fires, spikes. But by ascending to the top, a top with no railing, we find our way to more of these pillars like the ones we saw at the beginning. So it's almost like the ones we saw at the beginning are like malfunctioning. No orbs, the electricity arcing over them like they haven't been forced properly through these prisms. Oh. What are you? Oh, it's a Vortigaunt. And there's like a blue, just like glowing drip coming through. Huh, it's like you're the caretaker of this place. Oh, what is that stuff you've got on you? You're wearing like shackles or something, like you're some kind of slave. I probably should have been paying attention to where that thing went, huh? Oh, look, it's like another ticket taker booth. But this one's got no one here. Honestly, the fact that there are, like, custodians of this place makes it feel so much more, I don't know, mundane? It's weird. You ever run into somebody in a dream who just doesn't seem to react to any of the craziness that's going on around you, even when you're aware of how weird it is? That's what this feels like. It makes me feel like I'm the one that's out of line. We're back here in the beginning where we started. All the way back to door 01, which is now open. Oh, this is so cool. Like, it's looped inward on itself. Like, it's judged us worthy to reach the object of our curiosity. And in here is a rocket launcher that may have served us earlier. But in here, there's nothing but a dark window to the outside. Out to the void where we can hear, like, the stormy winds blowing. Alright, let's see this thing through. We've still got 2 more maps to explore. Just like the other station, there's a rail line right by these columns, only these are fuller and seemingly lead out instead of in. Have we just been on a transfer? Oh, hello? Wait, hello, sir? Can you tell me what this place is?
They're always departing, but they never arrive. And the ones that do arrive, they never leave. You never see them go. They're always full. No one ever gets on, but they're always departing, but they never arrive. And the ones that do arrive, they never leave. You never see them go.
Well, you haven't made me feel better about this being a benevolent place. Just how far does this go? Oh, look. It's all collapsed, like a whole ecosystem is once again growing in here. But it's like we're at the bottom of a manhole cover, almost as if the light, like, penetrated down into this place and caused this all to spring up. Well, let's see what's down this way. Oh, no. Don't do that, don't do that, don't do that! Oof. Love! Oh, that's not good! Oh. It's like we've been institutionalized for allowing this to go so far. Like all this, well, like all of it carried over into our waking life or something. Well, it's a good thing they did an atrocious job searching me. Oh, look at all this. Once again, we find the objects floating, indicating that even after we get supposed help, or at least that we find ourselves in need of help, nothing's changed. But that appears to be the end. Oh, it just blew right down. Alright, well that helps. Well, we're running the asylum now. Anybody home? I mean, aside from you. Yep, that's what I thought. Come on. And stay down. Waking up in that padded cell sort of makes you wonder if it's over. For a moment, you really do think that, and then you're right back out into this. It's a special kind of despair to be thrust back into a nightmare after you think it's ended. I might have talked about it before, but I had one like that one time, where I was literally like, I had woken up, thought I had woken up, was literally going to my computer and sitting down to type it down, and then I realized that the room was off and I was still in it. It's another of these prisms. But this time, no light being forced through. What happens if we... Absolutely nothing. Bullet passes straight through to the other side without even impacting it, seemingly. This is so weird. This map is pretty big for only being 7 megabytes. I guess it must be because it's like all Half-Life 2 stuff? More growth, but when it comes from below like this, it seemingly goes up into darkness. I don't remember if the others that came from below were like this. This is the most normal thing we've seen. After everything we've been through, it feels like such a relief to stand in the shadow of buildings, but this is our clue that we're still dreaming. The one giant oak that just towers over this impossibly. Don't think I didn't hear that cough from inside. Yet there's no one here. I'll take this. Maybe we'll need it for something. Looks like a car radio or something, and I don't think this one's going to be needing it. Oh no, sniper. Okay, well, we can take cover in the alleyway. Probably stay to the right and keep below his line of sight. Look at this. By going out through the left, we had that one little bit of false hope. Oh, look at that. It's like we can look up into the sky and see reality being like torn away at the end. It's like some cosmic entity just took a big bite out of it. Okay, run, 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 run. Yep. Of course. Into here. Can we break this down? No. Alright, car radio, you're going to have to stay here. What is this? Just a little shack on the edge of town. We can run over here. Nope, 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 nope. Ah, yes, just your typical little diner. Look at that. It's like... It's almost like the world is made of chunks, the way the tiles blend in with the cobblestone. And once again, we found more of these pillars, seemingly representing the crossovers between areas, or crossovers between worlds even. I mean, we found them at every place where there was some kind of transition. Yeah, we can get behind this. For some reason, this makes me think of, like, we're deep in this stream, and, like, we remember the face of someone we care about, but we can't place their name or who they are to us. You ever get that feeling in dreams? The feeling that something is hugely important, but for some reason, you just can't remember why. That doesn't seem good. What did that do? Just because we decided to follow this one inconspicuous little path, we get a melon. Well, I imagine you are of great significance, so you're coming with us if Source will let me get close. Alright, you and me? We're running out, brothers in arms, dodging sniper fire all the way. All right, let's go. Yep, yep, yep. I mean, I did it. Let's see if we can peg you from here. I am so proud of that. But I have no idea where we're going from here. Is this the end of the map? But wherever that oblivion is found, we see these almost like ancient structures. The pillars, this thing. It's like the kingdom of the end awaits. Oh, this is openable. Howdy, 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 howdy. Nope, nope, nope. Pictures cost $5. Autograph is $15. Okay, so this is like a hotel or something. Now this feels like the uneasy calm right before the end of a dream. And never any choice but to make the leap. Oh, my stomach, my stomach, my stomach, my stomach! You again. Although it does seem to be offering me a friendship cactus. You know, just do a little hop to get our footsteps back. And at the end of all of it, just the same light we've been chasing this entire time. Hang on. I mean, if you were gonna go to the trouble of delivering me here, I suppose I might as well accept your friendship cactus. I mean, after all, being on good terms with the Void can only mean good things for us, right? Just how far can this go? It's completely faded out to black. I can't even see my hands in front of my face. Well, we've pushed through our insomnia. Now welcome to paranoia. And I am paranoid straight away. What are we doing here? Who was watching us? Are these who was watching us? Why have we been left here? And what is this? Some kind of really weird... Oh, we actually do have access to a fizz gun. Well, I'm not sure to what extent it wants us to use that, but we'll keep it in mind. And what has that done? Did that unlock the door, or am I just meant to be paranoid about what I just did to myself? Some very interesting sound design choices. Oh no, it's like a parking garage. This is like the 10 times worse version of when you wake up on a dark evening and find your house totally empty with no idea where anyone went. There's like a weird pulsating noise coming from over here. Like over here in particular. And those like watery, almost bubble-like sounds coming from the soundtrack itself. Or I say soundtrack, it faded in so slowly that at first I thought there would be something around the corner to that effect. The light at the end of the previous map was a false hope, really a trap meant to snare me. Okay, well... That was freaky. How did you do that, game? Was it just because I was walking forward? I looked down to sort my Glock, and I looked up and you were gone. Were you ever really there at all? The way these showers have light in the center but move off into dark. All these blind, dark corners. Yeah, this really is paranoia. Paranoia of wondering what happened to me, what this place is, where everyone went. It's certainly taken a much darker tone compared to the previous one, where the previous one was more about being lost, but it had like a sense of curiosity to it. But also, I suppose, a sense of repetition and frustration. Alright, well, there are still plenty of doors to try in this hall. Nothing from you. Nothing from you. And an elevator at the end. Come on. At least let me feel like I have control in my own way. No. What do you mean, no? What else is there to do? Try one more time? Yeah, I have limited time to record and no idea what it wants me to do, so yep. Can't find any information on the workshop page either. So there we are. 357. Perhaps this one is in similar working shape. Can't even try those buttons. Somehow, despite being fully lit, this place feels no more safe than upstairs. And that certainly doesn't help. It's so weird that everything is so neat, so even. Yet it looks like that door is barricaded. You are freaking me out. I mean, we can probably stack that chair and maybe one box to get up to that vent. That could be something we could try. Oh, but look, the walls are coming apart. The lights are on, but it almost feels like some place that's been just abandoned with us in it. Yep. And yep, there we are. Crouch down. Oh, this is so cramped. I mean, I'm used to crawling around in vents in this game, but this is like truly cramped. And once again, it taunts me with daylight above, even though I did come down this incredibly deep elevator shaft that, by all accounts, should mean that this isn't possible. Come on. Yep. Now's the part where I would run over and strangle whoever's in this chair. God, it is so uncomfortable being able to hear that dragging objects against each other noise. Oh, we're in like a destroyed like cabin in the middle of the woods or something. No wonder it's paranoia. It's not just paranoia of what's being done to us, but a paranoia of our own senses. Hang on. Great. Hang on. Do we have to maybe start this? The cables are strung up all throughout. Yeah, I figured you guys would be getting up any moment. What's about head level? Right there. Thank you for contrasting against the background. There's at least two more. God, that felt cool. Anytime I get a chance to use combat, look at this. That tree trunk grown straight out of that car. It almost makes it look like it has an elephant's trunk. More of you. And it all leads back to here. Wow. At one time, this cabin ran across what is now this little pond. Only this just appeared right in the middle of it. Or perhaps it's almost like the end stage of the growth that we saw in the previous map. But of course, there's always room carved out for the chairs. No. No. So we've got to start that generator? Is there maybe like a gas can around or something? Oh, there we are. We had to interact with that panel. Okay, so we should be able to get through now. Howdy. Oh, I love the physics in this so much. You're not getting up, are you? No. Are you alive or are you a specimen? You're a specimen. Just how I like you. But what's here? Oddly enough, there's like a weird beeping coming from right over here. The sounds of machinery all over, but I can't actually see any. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. Okay. Hang on. Break, break, break. No, we'll use the safety Glock then. Break, break. Break. Oh, beautiful. Here's where that sound is coming from. Ah, all hidden away. I wonder if this isn't meant to represent like a fear of government conspiracies. The idea that all of this is just off to the periphery of your life. Almost like a Truman Show delusion. Yeah, this is just how we open doors in America. We could go across, or we could take the plunge. Yep. And now it seems we have no choice. Get some light on this so we can see what the heck we're doing. Yep. Yep. Oh, this last part's gonna suck, and there's simply no avoiding that. Wow, we actually came out none the worse for wear. Although, still watched at every step of the way. You know, a lot of maps have done this, and this must be like an early example where certain props on a map are repeated in order to sort of come across a certain way. Just like that. Wow, it actually remained intact. Although we are getting some pretty funny physics in this episode. Oh, horror baby. What are you doing hanging out here? I mean, I suppose I can't blame you. It is the most normal spot, but... Oh, look, you boarded up the windows. All these things up on the board, the computer and radio in the corner. It's sort of like... Or I assume that's supposed to be like a radio. It's sort of like a shut-in who refuses to engage with anyone else. Which is, of course, a common symptom of paranoid personalities. Howdy. What did I say about no pictures? And it's another of these. No matter what, we always end up coming back to the same image. No matter how hard we try to escape it. Oh, and perhaps we still can. Somehow I feel so safe in this environment. I don't know, with the walls here, it just feels so guided. And when I feel guided, I tend to feel safe! Never mind. I'm actually kind of proud of that reaction. Oh, look at this, the way the light falls in through the windows. Felt safe, and yet they were watching me come in the entire time. Just waiting to spring the trap. Well, I guess I'll never feel safe again approaching a cozy-looking environment. They seem to know what I like. And now that we've reconnected with the void, so too does its architecture reemerge. And its particular gravitational quirks. Well, we found the Escher room. There we go. Bang. Anybody else? Thank you. Oh, you guys are just gonna keep coming, ain't ya? Finally missed one. Yep, you guys are not stopping. There we are. just behind it a swamp. That cozy-looking cabin was hiding just filth behind it. Hello, new dream caretaker? Or are you the same one? Or are you the best one since you get to watch over room lead? Okay, just shove me, why don't you? Sure. Whatever, I'm sure you've got work to do. It's doing that thing again where it just repeatedly taunts us with daylight. Knows that in this confusing and dark world, all we want, I'm hearing some weird noises, all we want is, I guess, to see something that makes us feel like we can comprehend what we're looking at and therefore safe. I mean, I feel like the brain goes into almost a panic mode in the face of just confusion. Okay, well, there's going to be no climbing this. What about up here? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, you tossed us into a blind corner room. I can't use a gun. I can't use a gun. Come on. There we go. And close it behind us. These sudden abrupt transitions, they just make it so that, like, you never feel safe because you never get used to it. When you're constantly being thrown into something new every time you start to get used to its rhythm, it just makes you feel like you are always in something hostile and unfamiliar.
That door's locked from the other side, Dr. Freeman. Maybe you can find a way around.
Maybe I can use this lever right here? I said maybe I can use this lever right here? Guess not. Okay, well, thanks for taking care of this for me, I guess. You know, I'm coming to a theory that the reason why high ceilings make us feel so uncomfortable, or at least why they make me feel so uncomfortable, is because they make me feel like a child or something. You remember back when all these spaces felt so unbelievably huge? Really, everywhere you were felt that way, and now it just makes you feel so vulnerable. Sometimes recalling a certain stage of your life can make you recall other things that went along with it, even if they're not necessarily applicable. Yes, thank you for coming to my lesson. They're few and far between, not at all like the big fights of the previous map. And so you're just constantly waiting to find out what the trap is going to be. Do we make a run for the light? That's what my instinct is telling me to do. No, we do not. In fact, I'm thinking it wants us to do quite the opposite. Go, 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 go! Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yep. Yes, I'm gonna need you to be knocked over now. Yeah. Ow. Well, we're lucky we're apparently immortal. For some reason, I still have no idea why that's the case. At this point, I could live and let live. I'm not gonna do that, but I could. I mean, before, green lights always represented the right way to go. This is so weird. We're in more of a void than ever, in less sensical architecture than ever, and yet the light, the object of our desire in this dream, is coming from inside. And so we're left to kind of crawl around on the surface of this thing, just looking for a way in, knowing that falling is death and inside is safety. You again. That's what I thought. Sometimes not knowing is scarier. You know, quite notably, we were able to see you much closer than before. If we are able to finally track you down, really, you're more the object of desire than the light in this map. Maybe next time we'll be closer. And you're throwing even more at me. All right? The spaces are getting bigger, the hall's wider, but getting darker and darker and more filled with enemies. It's like it's meant to make me feel like the walls are closing in. Okay, if I no-clip back up, I can see all this. Maybe I should hug the wall. I think that was supposed to kill me. So what happens if we do actually make it here? As before, we can hear that sound of water. That has to mean something. And once again, we find ourselves in a padded cell. Really, a lot of it is not just a feeling that someone's out to get us, that someone's watching us, but that we've been abandoned and left to rot. Hey.
See them go. They're always full. No one ever gets on, but they're always departing, but they never arrive. And the ones that do arrive, they never leave. You never see them go. They're always full. No one ever gets on, but they're always
Recurring elements. I wonder if we were to take the literal interpretation of these events being a dream, if they're not meant to be a dream had over one night or recurring over multiple. You're just sitting calmly. I can just imagine being so disturbed by that guy on the other side of the fence in the previous map that our subconscious mind decided to place him in the same asylum as us. No. There's some switches on the walls. Oh my god. Oh, you actually jump scared the crap out of me just seeing you move along that window like that. I couldn't tell you were a combine. I just saw like a black shape just swishing by. Alright, come on. That sound effect coupled with that image actually like chilled me to the bone. I don't think we're getting out that way. This time a white light rather than a green one. We're right back where we started. Does that mean we can use the lever now? Okay, well, I'm glad to have a friend in this world. Bump, 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 bump. And as before, it all ends in a train station. Only this time, surrounded by friends. It's like we've gotten over our paranoia and finally feel actually safe. I mean, I try not to let the title of the map guide my interpretations, but here I can't help it. It just feels like after feeling like we couldn't trust anything for the entire time, we did find like some kind of peace. And notably, it always happens, at least so far, after we find ourselves in a padded cell. Boarding a train, and the next thing we know, we find ourselves at a bus stop in a hallway. Honestly, I'd expect nothing less from Dreamlogic, and from our final map of the night, and the final in the trilogy, Hypnophobia. Now, I had to Google that, and apparently hypnophobia is an irrational fear of falling asleep. The previous two maps could easily be a symptom of such a condition, don't you think? Now, I'm not sure, though, which way we're actually meant to be going. Into the light seems more intuitive, and yet, this way is where all those warning signs are. And with the locals seemingly daring me not to go. And with a door saying I can't go. So here we are. It's really weird, you know, when you place a chair in the corner like that, the interpretation is of like some tired old security guard being like, yeah, come on in. And when it faces me through a fence like that, it makes me think, yeah, try it. We've been in these white halls before. In fact, they're sort of like the very end of Insomnia. Only this now is a place full of traps and pitfalls. Maybe like the same kind of trap and pitfall of just wanting to rest your eyes just for a second. Here's another of those things, like in Insomnia. Only it just terminates in that ball at the end there. It's got nowhere to go. Well, we can shut you down. Will that render you safe to touch? You were probably always safe to touch. But it did disable that barrier. Oh, this truck crashing through the wall. All of these images almost like works in an art gallery. But all this crazy destruction, like reality and fire crashing in from outside, bringing death with it. More things growing down from above, and daylight, or heavenly light more like, just glowing up from below.
Check in progress. Please assemble in your designated section.
You know what this actually reminds me of is, I don't know if anybody's going to be able to relate to this, but sometimes when I'm lying in bed, trying not to fall asleep just yet, but still in that space where I'm sort of dreaming without dreaming, no sense whatsoever, just kind of combining and mixing and matching ideas, and they just seem so familiar and so logical in that moment. And it's only when I shake myself awake just a little bit, when I think about them just a little bit too hard, that I realize, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense and isn't like anything I've ever encountered before. But if we do look around, there's one of those prisms that we saw earlier. An arrangement of transparent cubes, or translucent, I suppose. And whatever that thing is. Now there is one of those prisms that we saw before, the one that refracted that energy into the red, green, blue. There's just like a rhythmic metallic tapping and a sound of flowing water. The sound of water, that was something that was present in the previous map, and I wonder if it's not going to be important here as well. You again, my little sprite. Oh, and there's more of those balls of energy flying about in the city above. Oh, one of these buildings is destroyed, too. Oh, this is so cool. It's almost like being in like a butterfly garden or something, except most of the butterflies are flying around outside. And corpses all throughout. All resistance corpses. After the ending of Paranoia, I'm starting to wonder if it's maybe trying to tell me we have no friends here, that nobody's coming to help us. It's very faint, but where have I heard the sound that's emanating from this thing before? There's no lights sitting within its branches, but there are a lot of like smaller, like purple dots. These things all around, almost like they draw some kind of energy or understanding from it. Oh, it's you guys. Yeah, I'm not dealing with it. One-hit kill from the safety Glock. Their fruit, their life, the way the world works. Able to derive meaning without being told a single thing. And yet it not actually mattering if we fully understand it or not. Alright, can we get through any of these doors? Look. Even as we enter relative normalcy, there's always something to remind us that that is not the case. You did not fall over like I expected you to. Okay, well, maybe we do it this way? There we are. And stay down. From the look of it, we're going to be staying down as well. And there's those TVs again. Once more within that, in that reality where we have nothing but the glow in the screens. Staring off into the void. I bet they move around like pinatas too, yep. Now it's a party. Yep. Get down into the void, you. Well, that was fun. Honestly, I expected these maps, as dreamlike maps normally do, to inspire a sense of dread in me. And these maps haven't really done that for the most part. I mean, Paranoia was definitely the scariest of the three. But all in all, there is just an overwhelming feeling of curiosity and just stream of consciousness. Like, I get it well enough, and even if I may not understand the exact intentions and inspirations of the creator, I get it well enough that I can just push forward and I'll see it through to the end. The flying cars once again make an appearance at the edge of the void. Although here, quite interestingly, there's such a harsh transition. Are we able to... Is that going to hurt us? There we are. Well, that's you down. And you as well. Oh, this is so cool looking. It's like I'm as enthralled with the architecture of some of these spaces as I am with trying to interpret what it is this is all about. My little guardian again. Alright, let's follow you and see where you're going. Horror baby's got family everywhere. Down and to the left. Alright, I'll be with you shortly. Oh, that is so weird. A family room on its side, but the fire rising out of the fireplace, making it seem like some kind of like dangerous crematory or something. And here once more, light coming up out of the plants. Only instead of being a ball sitting within its branches, it's actually coming out almost acting the same way as those electrical pipes that we saw earlier. Well, I guess we've just set up whatever we needed to set up further ahead. Horror babies, you are too young to be drinking. Well, let's see where we were being shown. I think the soup might be a little bit overcooked. But look at this. All wired up, different lights everywhere. A red and a yellow light down there, even before we see the red and the green light and what they do. Oh, this is going to be a puzzle, isn't it? Yep, nope, that's not allowed. You do not get to look down on me. Literally! They were coming right for me. You saw it. Like, we were always moving closer to the void in Insomnia. We were always moving into darker and more hostile territory in Paranoia. But now it's much less of an obvious thing. Now it feels like we're just weaving back and forth between different types of areas, seemingly at random. Okay, so you're a thing. Red light. Yellow light. Must be one more. You? There we are. But now you're only green. I see now. I see. So if we were to turn you on, red would come on. And with you, red and yellow will come on. So what we need is only these two, right? There we go. I'm gonna humor you. But that's not enough to open these blast doors. No, there's a yellow light on that over there. The colors of these lights has to be significant, right? I mean, I just keep chasing these on, feeling like there's gotta be something more to that. But I've never gotten so much as a hint. Chipotle night, eh? And there's the grav gun, which we are apparently intended to use, and once more, a bulbous sludge and slime. Oh, I see. Okay. That is so neat. All right, if we go like that, we can just lift you up and over. Well, now we should be able to push our way through. Oh, but it's not just a yellow light. We're presented with a choice. What happens if we try to... These are not teleports. These are false. We step through here and we just plummet straight to the bottom. But listen, we can hear off to the sides what sounds like plates and silverware clattering. The sound design choices, I haven't spent nearly enough time talking about it. The sound design choices in these maps are so interesting. Like, there's such normal and mundane sounds, even in like really weird and disturbing areas. The pillars have returned along with the bug brigade. Okay, die now, please. Thank you. You're not the safety Glock. What are you doing? Four pillars. Earth, fire, maybe water, and the letter X, which these maps are brought to you by. Oh, wait, no. We're hearing, like, the sounds of war, gunfire, and explosions. And those lights in the sky are moving so much faster and more frantically. It's like all of a sudden there's just a sense of, like, total panic. Okay, well, it's very clear what happens when we go in there. Can we open this? Looks like it's Gas City in here, but we can turn this off. What did that do for us, though? Oh, it opened this. So I'm going to assume 225 is another trap that we would have fallen if we had gone in. Now we can't even trust the teleporters that we've been relying on this entire time. Nope, die. Don't rush, don't rush, don't rush! Another puzzle. Another chair, another invisible wall. Can the invisible wall stop bullets? It can't. Why do I feel that I should not be standing here? Perhaps we just need to touch it? That's exactly what we needed to do. And all this sand and, like, playground toys. It's like we're back in preschool or something. Never gets old. Wow, you disintegrated in the void. Did they suddenly make it more dangerous than when I was last down there? Yeah, look at this. It's like a childhood in darkness. Oh, come on. This is so disorienting. But this looks a cozy hangout spot. Nope, didn't see you there. I thought it was just more like hanging cables. I'm drawn to the bright colors, though. Actually, this is the first time I think we've seen these colors not attached to something that weren't flying through the air. Normally they're on the end of a prism or attached to something like a tree. Here, they're just kind of free-floating, almost like they're the rogue escapees in their own cozy little corner, away from all the craziness. It's like the chairs, the inhabitants of this realm, are being taken in by those encroaching walls of goop. The ones that have blocked so many of our paths before. Is this what we felt like was happening to us? Hey. Bye. This is so weird. It's like a prison, and yet the cell where the most horrific things are happening resembles a normal house. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yep. You're doing me a Resident Evil, eh? Yep. Yep. Yeah, sure, let's just count that. Yep. Yep, yep. Oh, it's a rhythm game, is it? Yep. 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 Yeah. Not like that would have counted, but still. Yeah, I'm not sure this would have been possible in VR. Let's go, shall we? Did everything just taste purple for a second? It's like we fell asleep momentarily and then woke up back onto the reality we were trying not to fall asleep in. Let's have a look. I mean, glowing balls of energy have served me well thus far. Woo! Purple, green, any other colors you want to feed me? This is like the street from the end of Insomnia. Just the end of the city where everything falls off into that void. Oh! Took me almost a second too long to realize what that was. I don't know, don't open. What if I get into here? Nope, can't hide. No, nowhere to hide. Perhaps I can... Nope, there's nothing. Alright, let's go. Yep, and yep. Nope. Nope, ow. Alright, well, let's just charge towards you. Charge towards you. Yep, let me in. Buddy, I can't tell if you're having a great time or an awful time. Well, let's solve this problem. Look. Come on. You're not here! I didn't even get to look around before I was trying to flank you, but that didn't exactly work out for me. I can't tell whether to think of this as capture or salvation. Somehow it's giving me simultaneous feelings of both. It's like that sculpture that we saw in the art gallery. And that bag being left behind, like objects at the side of the pool, like someone has dove in before me. There we go. The problem is it's so hard at that distance to see if I'm hitting anywhere near you. Do I just jump for it? Or do I make my way through here? Yes. Thank you for all the delicious items I won't use. For some reason, this all feels like discovering some kind of truth at the end of all this. You know, I have heard people express the idea that you can unlock, like, supernatural abilities by not sleeping, by forcing yourself not to sleep for a certain length of time. I wonder if this isn't an extension of that feeling. Of course, in reality, all you feel is awful.
Attention. Transport singularity interlock sequence engaged. Warning. 3 minutes to singularity.
Okay, well, that's awesome. I am so happy about that. Thank you, Bullet Penetration and Arc VR. Wow, you guys got up here real quick. Too bad it doesn't matter. Where's the rest of you? Yep, good looking out. Good, just one in the back, just unload into your buddies. Come on. Come on. I'm trying to take this at least somewhat seriously. Well, that's no good. Feel like John Wick sometimes. Yep, come on. Oh, we need a John Wick VR game. Come on. Go for headshots. You know what? We need corners to exploit. Yes, that over there will be tremendously useful to us. Oh, it's like popcorn. Here we are. Are you guys, like, almost about to run out or something? Because this is, like, serious enemy spam. Right here, buddy. What's... Well, whatever happened, it seems to be over now. I'm gonna do it. Yep. And it would seem that that's the end. If I buy another ticket, can I go around again? So that was Insomnia, Paranoia, and Hypnophobia. And wow, when they say that this is abstract, they really mean it. I'll be honest, I have no idea what to interpret from this. But this is something else altogether. It feels like it's just more ideas that are always just out of your reach of understanding. You notice patterns, but you can't quite figure out what they represent. I felt like I had so many ideas regarding individual elements, but I was never able to place how those elements all come together into a whole. Some of the only consistent things I could think of are trains representing a transition, which, you know, obviously they're trains, and the presence of allies versus their absence. In Paranoia, they were practically never there, but in the end, they kind of showed us into the light by boarding us onto a train. But at the beginning of Hypnophobia, we had to leave that light behind. But when I play a map like this that is so abstract that I truly don't know what to make of it, I just get really curious, and I kind of tend to obsess over it, and so I can't wait to hear what your thoughts are in the comments. Speaking of curiosity, though, you guys want to see what this place looks like on a no-clip run? 'Cause I sure do. Yep. Ooh. There's just something so fascinating to me, especially on a map so based on portals, about being able to whip around and see all these things from such an external view. I mean, in a Garry's Mod map, you never know what's just on the other side of the wall. And seeing these things actually floating at different points of the void, well, I don't know. It kind of puts all these things into a context that, well, I guess you could liken to when you finally wake up from the dream and you have time to take inventory, listen to what seemed so meaningful in the moment, and say to yourself, that didn't mean a thing. Hey there, Caretaker. What happens if we do go through one of these red ones? Absolutely nothing. Huh, so they really are just broken teleports. Okay, how about Paranoia then? Oh wait, if we don't push that button, I'll be really annoyed. No, that just unlocks this. Yeah, I never did figure out how to activate the elevator. But, whoop. Ooh, so there's the ending right over there, right close to the beginning. Wow, there wasn't actually all that much to Paranoia. Oh, I remember it as being this whole crazy experience, and it's actually only a couple of areas compared to before. This area was so cool to me. I'm not sure why this one stuck out to me so much. Having been through all of it, especially in order, this little bus stop, I don't know, it kind of feels like a last chance. You've just ended on a high note. Do you really want to go any further? Well, I do want to go further into a no-clip run. Woo. And this is actually really quite expansive. Oh, look at all this. All these different brightly colored areas. Wow. I had never noticed just how much more brightly colored this map is. It's got to be the most colorful of the bunch, and yet it's among the more depressing. At least as far as I interpreted it. What is this thing? Oh, that's weird. There's just like a black rectangle just kind of floating in the middle of nowhere. I didn't even pay attention to this in my haste to go get that sniper. In fact, I didn't see any of this at all. Howdy, guys. Oh, you're being served up. I never know if I should be wary of you or not. What about through here? And here is truly the void outside, just a dark room. And the abyss beyond. I mean, that's the most frustrating thing about this map, is that it shows us all these recurring images until we feel like there has to be some meaning just on the tip of our tongue, but we can't recall it. When you wake up from a dream, everything seems so nonsensical because you're applying real-world logic to it, but here, it feels, well, less like you're struggling to understand and more like you're struggling to remember, which is a really weird feeling. The tone was established with this, seemingly an image of reality crashing through into this dream world and failing at the finish line. Well, like I said, I can't wait to hear your guys' interpretations of this. And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try any of these maps out for yourself, those links will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.